Good afternoon to all the teachers, staff, parents, and especially to the 2021 graduates. We're thankful and honored to be here, representing this year's graduating class. We'd like to thank all the teachers, staff, principals, parents, priests, students, and friends that have helped each of our journeys through elementary school. We couldn't have done it without you.
We're starting high school. What does this mean? It means we are about to start a new chapter of our lives. High school is a new beginning for us. You can start fresh and have a clean slate. We can start over if we want to, or just stick with our friends. We will reflect on our old memories from elementary school, like the potlucks and the bottle rockets, and we'll make many new memories next year. Do you remember the last day of school in grade 3, 4, 5, 6? When we'd line up outside the classroom and the music would go on and all the staff who were leaving walked down the hallways, and then all the graduating grade 8s would walk down the hallway too. I always thought that when I got to grade 8, I would be walking down the hallway. Well, until grade 7 came and COVID came and wrecked that thought. But as we graduate, we don't walk down the hallway. We get to walk down the tarmac and celebrate with our families. At least we get to celebrate in person. But hopefully, when it's time for us to step through the doors of our high schools, the world will have COVID under control. Although we are graduating in a way we never thought we would, we have to stay positive. Being in online school is hard. Even showing up to the meetings can be hard sometimes. We should be proud that we even tried or went to the meetings. We have to think about not how bad we have it right now, not about all the things we're missing like a grad party and a year-end trip, but how fun the whole experience of elementary school was. How fun those trips were, like going to Custerman's and bowling in grade 6, and going tubing down Bowler Mountain. We also should think about how many trips we'll have in high school. It's a shame we can't thank all the teachers who taught us because some of them aren't teaching at our school anymore. But I'd like to thank all my teachers for educating and giving me new things and making me a better person. One teacher who isn't here anymore who I'd like to thank especially is Mr. Bennett. When I was in his class, I learned so many new skills, both academic and as a person. I made so many memories in those 2 years, like making the parachute bottle rockets in someone's rocket going into another person's backyard. And does anyone else remember the tables quizzes, which we did until we got too good at guessing the 2 cards, and we didn't have to do a quiz for a whole month? I also remember the DPAs we did, like playing a game of murder wink after a math lesson. You teachers taught me a lot of things, and in your classes, I created a lot of good memories, so thank you. This year was a bit of a letdown, obviously, with COVID, but also we were all in one class, and then boom, we were switched around and split up into 2 different classes. That was horrible. Then, when we were finally getting used to the new classes, we were sent online. Then we came back for 2 months, which was good. Then we went back online, and now we're here, graduating. Even though our grade 8 year wasn't what we thought it would be, we did have a lot of fun in grade 7. Even though grade 7 was cut short too, with the longest March break in history. It was really fun. From the potlucks to a classmate drinking ink during an art project and the monthly rewards and the trips. That year wasn't super bad. It was very fun for me, and it created some good memories. We are all about to start a new chapter in our lives. We are going to high school, so let's celebrate that with our families. High school may be hard at first, but if opportunity doesn't knock, then just build the door. Some of us will see each other soon, while some of us might only see each other within the walls of our new schools. Our elementary school journey may be over, but our high school journey is just getting started. I wish you all the best, and I hope you achieve everything that you set out to achieve.
Today's the day we've waited for our whole lives. We spent 10 years in elementary school, and it felt like it dragged on, but at the same time, it felt like it flew by. The School of St. Sebastian harbors many heartwarming memories. Many students have come and gone, etching their own memories into the history of the school, and I believe that each and every one of us has done the same, in one way or another. There are some of us here who have only been at this school for a year or 2, while others have been here their whole elementary career. No matter what year you came to St. Sebastian, I can guarantee that you can remember some good personal memories that made your school year more enjoyable. From kindergarten to grade 8, we all have our personal and shared memories. For instance, do you remember the sensory tables in kindergarten or our first EQAO test in grade 3? We were all terrified. How about the tubing, laser quest, and bowling trips in grade 5-6? Those trips were unforgettable. I can still remember everyone's excited faces after bowling when we got a simple ice cream cone from McDonald's. What about the class potlucks and sing screaming songs as a class? And do you guys remember the rank desk incident? I know Miss Cabrin does. Decomposing food all over the floor, the horrified looks radiating the class. Despite receiving a stern lecture, no one had the guts to say anything. For all the wonderful memories I had at St. Sebastian, I give thanks to everyone who made them possible. For some of us who were in his class, I believe we created our fondest memories with Mr. Bennett. Although my school memories weren't completely comprised in your class, I can't help but single you out and express my gratitude to you. The wisdom and knowledge you presented in every class, every student, created a ripple effect that could be seen. I could see the joyous looks on people's faces when you scribbled zeros all over the classroom during math, or when the class broke out in laughter when you tried to show us how to draw during art. Students were excited to learn, to try, and the progress everyone made was apparent by the end of the year. We all became more mature individuals, both academically and as people, and we didn't even realize it until you retired. In the words of Winnie the Pooh, we didn't realize we were making memories. We just knew we were having fun. Our grade 8 year was different from any other year we've experienced. We weren't allowed to do fun class activities such as potlucks or sing-alongs. Everyone had to distance themselves from each other. There weren't any sports teams, clubs, field trips, etc. When schools were shut down after the breaks, there were mandatory online classes that still counted towards our grades. In other words, there wasn't much fun. However, despite all these restrictions, we were able to push through in the face of adversity and find joy in the little things. Small things such as playing keep it up with a volleyball during recess, playing Among Us during our lunch breaks, and dancing to What Makes You Beautiful on Just Dance made our grade 8 year more bearable during these unprecedented times. I'd like to thank our grade 8 teachers, Ms. Gobran and Mr. Leal, for guiding and supporting us through this final stretch of elementary school, both in the classroom and beyond. Your constant support and patience was greatly appreciated. I'd like to share a poem that was featured in a book that we read in class. That poem was called Nothing Gold Can Stay by Robert Frost. It goes a little something like this. Nature's first green is gold, her hardest hue to hold. Her early leaves a flower, but only so an hour. Then leaf subsides to leaf, so Eden sank to grief. So dawn goes down to day, nothing gold can stay. You're probably thinking, what does that even mean? Well, we can replace the word gold with good. That makes the sentence, nothing good can stay. No matter how much we wish for certain things to stay the same forever, or how much we wish for certain things to go back to the way they were before, we must accept that these experiences cannot always be forever, even if it's difficult. For example, do you remember the class change in November? All of us were a complete mess. We were so worried about being separated from our friends, and we weren't looking forward to the change, as all of us grade 8s were in one class together. Afterwards, it took a couple of days for me to realize that I couldn't just sit around and mope about it. I had to move on. Eventually, we all accepted it and adjusted to our new classes. The change in November is similar to the new one that looms ahead. We may not like it, but we can't run away from it. High school. We may not see all of our friends next year as we journey on to our new schools, and that's okay. We all have to be able to move forward, as it makes us stronger, more resilient people. However, we should always remember to cherish the memories we made during our past, as they shaped our experiences, were a part of our stories, and made us who we are today. As we turn the page in our story, see the good in this. Change is difficult, but you were able to adapt just fine going into kindergarten. I have no doubt in my mind that we'll be able to overcome the changes that face our future, as school has helped us grow into a more knowledgeable and stronger version of ourselves. On this day, let's remember all the memories we created together and look forward to the new ones that await us on the next page. This may be the end of a chapter, but it's just the beginning of our stories. Congratulations to the class of 2021.
We've made it to high school.
Thank you for listening to our speeches.